I'm out here, just got home, sitting here thinking, Gina, what can you do a video on? Well, I can do a video on this that I took screenshots of this morning when looking at the They Live, and I have yet to watch it, but what I have seen of it thus far, it does kind of make a lot of sense, and it really does make a person wonder, is there more to this than what meets the eye? Is it just a comic book like this right here portrays? Listen to this. Now that I was awake, I knew that they had been among us all along, hypnotizing the whole human race. What do you mean, Gina, honey? Hypnotizing the whole human race? That's just a comic. Is it just a comic? Is it really? They had to get the information out there somehow. That's what I've heard. They got to tell you what they're doing, you all. Hello. And it says, I understood everything, including the fact that if I were to give any outward sign, Gina, honey, your reflection is showing in that. I know it. The fascinators would instantly command me to return to my former state, and I would obey. You would obey. Did anybody read that in the magazine, the Nada? You work 8 hours, you play 8 hours, and you sleep 8 hours. You marry and you reproduce. One of them might say, stay tuned to this station, or I lived alone in a small apartment. Unplug the TV, you all. So they live, really, they live. Really, it does make a person think when you do some screenshots of people talking and you go frame by frame and you see glitches like in the Matrix. Squash that DAM button, people. Steven, honey, you got it going on. That's right. Smash that button because we got to get the buttons up. The big thumbs up. Gina, honey, sitting right here. I am Nada Eclipse Comics. And then I saw this. Someone has shared this from it's 1988, the Alien Encounters. See, when I saw this green light, that reminds me of sometimes at the observatory. Do they have a green light or do they got an orange light? Yes. A green or an orange. Love from Cincinnati, Ohio. Love from Salem, Indiana. So the story goes, I haven't watched that movie yet. I haven't watched this one, but these are books I screenshotted off of. They got a UFO right here with the windows. You got the green rays, and it looks like they are doing something to the U.S. Air Force. This might be a nice comic to read. Really think about that. And then the science fiction, fantasy and science fiction, the magazine of fantasy and science fiction. A rose for, hello, Applebrooks, honey, a rose for Ecclesiastes. But Ecclesiastes is a book in the Bible. It's one of my favorite books. It is. For this is the whole duty of man, it says in Ecclesiastes. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is, for you will have to give an account for everything you do, every thought, everything you said, every careless word. But a rose for Ecclesiastes? Now that's really strange that I think about it. It's really kind of strange. Hello, Michael. And this is only 40 cents if you were in November back then. Perhaps Ecclesiastes, I don't know what the eyes of Forcos, whatever they were, you all. So let me look at this, you all. Okay. Yeah, so we got that. And we got They Live. And we got Alien Encounters. We got the Nada. Nada means nothing. Look at this. I didn't respond like the others were. If I were alive at 1 minute after 8, they'd know for sure that I was awake. Hello, Vonda, honey. Hello, Susan Donahue. So I went out again. Look at this, you all. This magazine, this person right here is being they're sneaking. They're sneaking out in there They're sneaking out past curfew. Well, how would they know if they went out unless they're being tracked? Really think about it. Do they live among us? Probably. They're probably the people who you automatically encounter. You never speak to them before in your life, and then automatically you think, my spirit is not vibing with their spirit. I don't know what it is about them, but my spirit, are they one of these? My spirit is just not vibing. You could be thinking that, you all. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. You got this dark man in dark. For a moment, its face was dissolved, and it changed into that of a lovable old drunk. Of course, he'd be lovable. So it was a monster. It was an alien in this comic. And it's got a great big eyeball. It's got all these different appendages. But it shapeshifts back into that. How is that possible? Now, we have seen it. We have seen it on King Charles. His face looks really young. And one thing, we did a video on it. And then it slowly gets older. And then he looked like a wrinkled old man. And then someone else, we saw it on too. And then some people, they look like they got a skeleton face, and then it like turns to normal. It's really weird looking. It really is. Like they got some glitches going on in their disguise. In their disguise. There's people everywhere spying on us, you all. Look at this. I felt my grasp of awareness waver, so I picked up a brick. Oh my gosh, it hit the monster. What's that kind of feet is that, you all? What kind of feet is that? Is it a bird foot? Claws? 3 claws? That thing, I guess, had a head on it. It has some feet. I figured I'd better search the body. You want to search that body. Some kind of radio signal. See, this is what it is. It's radio, some kind of radio signals controlling people, I guess. But I'm not hearing none right now. I'm just looking at the greenery. We're safe from the radio signals. We got some frequency emitters, high vibration frequency emitters in the wind chime and the greenery around, which provides a buffer for any type of those radio signatures you all think about it. That's right. You've been watching Rosie in the Trees video all morning. Before I got my cell phone, she was way out there on a branch of that tree. And I thought, that's it. That's it. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to get that phone. And then I told my husband, and he had to come out. And then Rosie crawled off the branch and got into the crevice of the tree. But she is wild. I told him, it's your fault. And he got a little upset with me. He did. I said, you let her go out 3 times yesterday for around 30 or 40 minutes to roam wild without a leash on. And now, look, I have to go chase her. And if something happens to her, he goes, oh, well, we'd never find her if she got lost in the woods. I said, that's right. That's right. So anyhow, yeah, Rosie is a happy baby. Look at this. Awake. Oh, gwag wak. Oh, so this would be telling. That's right, Applebrook. She run away to a tree. That's exactly right. And I really was kind of upset. I don't mind bringing her outside if she's on a leash. But when she gets wild like that, no, I'm not going to crawl in a tree. I'm not going to crawl through the branches of a bush. Yeah. How can I fight what I cannot understand? But if I can awaken the others, even one other person. So that's kind of where we are right now, you all. It's a great awakening. And I read a comment. Wow, sorry, I thought you were more awake. Guess I knew about this before you. Well, you guessed right. But it is better stated that there are different types of awakeness, different levels of awakeness. There can be a spiritual awakeness that one will have within them that others do not have, because you can be aware of the spiritual realm and know, hey, there's this out there. Or you can be awakened by watching movies and stuff like that, that those who may be more spiritually inclined within their being, who stay away from all of that, they kind of like, so yeah, I am awakened. I'm much more awakened than some people give me credit for, just because I didn't watch TV and stuff like that. Don't mean that I am not fully awakened spiritually. I got more awakening to do too, you all. I know it. I feel it in my being. Oh, we're gonna bring out some more on the inside of me, and you all the same thing. If you are spiritually inclined and you really concerned about the spiritual realm, that's the most important thing to you, which is really truly one of the most important things to me, is the spiritual realm. I'm going to lean toward the spiritual realm. Then we're going to grow more. We're going to grow more on the inside. I am an advanced species. I am. I'm not of this world. A lot of you feel that you're not of this world either. We're not of this world, but we got stuck here with all these beings that look like that, even though they may not look like that, but they can sure shape shift into a human being is what they can do. And then look at this, H.P. Lovecraft, the Dunwich Horror. I have no idea, but that looks like Behemoth. Not the Behemoth. That looks like whoever that horned thing is right there. I didn't watch that. Did you all hear about that? Because I don't know about it. I tend to, I'm careful what I watch, you. I really am. Come on, as you are humans. Now, see, I'm hearing something scratching on the front door. I closed the door on Rosie. I did. I closed the door on Rosie because I didn't want her hearing me out here. I didn't. Shalom, Kings and Queens coaching group. So now look at this one. So, the Prince of Darkness. You don't want to watch that movie. It's kind of creepy. And they live, see. I will admit, when I saw this, it did look like it looked like that one picture of King Charles. Remember when I zoomed up and I had one frame where he kind of looked unhuman. He looked metallic, like, which kind of could have looked like that. They live right there. So you got to awaken your spiritual eyes within you all, because really something is going on. And what about this one right here? Did this ever happen? Invasion of Los Angeles. Did it? 1997. 1997, they said, let's see. They said it never happened. You all, I really do think that happened, and they swept it under the rug. That invasion and stuff like that, I really do think it did. And then I'll tell you what, I have not, and I will not watch a single one of these right here. I will not watch a single one of these at all. I have no desire whatsoever to watch any of that right there. Alien Nation, let's see how they spelled nation, N-A-C-I-O-N. Why do they spell it? What's this mean? Preparate. Do they mean prepare or preparation? I don't know, but what if we do live in an alien nation, and it's literally all over the world? And then look at this. What if, really think about that? Gina, honey, you got yourself reflecting on that screen. I know it, I love it. Isn't it a great effect? It is. It's a wonderful effect doing that, you all. You believe it to be true as well. Ditto, you're out of horror. No. I watched Freddy Krueger, Nightmare Before Elm Street, when I was first married. I liked that. But then the last scary thing I watched was part of it. It was the Pumpkinhead. Stay away from Pumpkinhead. I couldn't even watch it all the way through, and then that was the end of that, because that brings in the evil spirits. It does. You watch that stuff, you create a conduit, you create a pathway for those spirits to travel through. So they feed off your fear and stuff like that. So boom, I don't watch that stuff, and I don't want it in my house. I don't. And it don't get in my house, because but then really, what if we could see them like this? Really, obey your masters. Obey those who have charge over you. Look, they live. They live, and we sleep. Well, let's hope we don't sleep, you all, really. See, why do they got that? And they got eyes on this, cameras and stuff, but this is really wild. This is a video game. Okay. I'm sure everything has meanings. Oh, Saints Row. You know what I said? You know what? When I looked at it, what I thought it said? Santas. Santas. I did. Now I've made my feet hurt. I know Rosie's in there. She's wanting to come out, but she's too wild. So if they live, you all, if they live, is if it really is true, and I believe that there is truth to that. I believe there is truth to these extraterrestrial beings, aliens, like some malevolent beings, demons occupying the human bodies, and some of them do like shapeshift. They need a warm-blooded body also. But really, what if they're replicating? What if they're like clones? Let me stand here. I'm letting the breeze blow on me. Let me flip it around. I've been hot. It's warm today. It's around 80 degrees out right now. I read so many comments under that video, They Live. You should watch it. And I think I will watch it because it's something up my alley. If I only watch it 10-minute increments, I think I will watch it. Even though we know what's going on in the world, we know that there's something out there, and some people really, truly are not truly human. They're not, and we may not. We need to start looking at it this way, really. That we got some non-humans walking among us. They're not fully human. They got some other type of composition within them to be kind of whatever, you know? Yeah. I mean, we can bring up subjects like this because everybody knows this world's turned upside down. It literally has been turned upside down. And we know that the information of UFOs has been suppressed. Aliens has been suppressed. You got to stay alive. The goal is to stay alive in this world. Get my knee stuck in these things. Let me put my glasses on. I'm just trying to let my face feel some, the fourth kind. David, God and his army of 2/3 of angels will overthrow any evil. That's right. Overthrow them and they know it. And that's what makes them not happy. That's right. Oh, the love bug. You woke up with one. Wow. You're late, but you're here, Connie. That's fine. You are making it right on time, you all. The fourth kind. So I'm curious how many people on here did watch the movie They Live or had any knowledge of it, because I did not have any knowledge of that until maybe a month ago. I had no knowledge of it at all. The movie They Live, because that's kind of, I mean, it's an eye-opener. At least it puts a face on what a person feels. Like I feel like a darkness is coming. There's like a heavy darkness out there. There's an evil out there, and we know something's coming. It helps put a face on, for me, what I feel on the inside. You know, it's got its army here on the earth. It does. And it's probably tied to that supermassive, invisible monster, that black hole, that, I'm looking at that. What are you trying to do? That black thing, that invisible monster that the newscasters were laughing about, that got kicked out of its host galaxy, that one right there, that's headed toward Earth. It made a strange whatever and headed straight this way. And I can't remember what we calculated the timestamp would be when they get here, when that black hole gets here. And they would love to capture it. They would love to capture it. You saw it years ago and a few times since. Yeah, you recommend it, you all. So maybe we need to watch it. We really do. to help put a face on what's happening in this world. Oh my gosh, that breeze feels so good. Ah, yes, it does. Put a face on the evil on the earth. I think that sounds really good. I guess Rosie Honey gave up because she ain't out here. She's not scratching on the door no more. You saw the main character, and you can only see alien type of people with sunglasses. The boys from Azil, I don't know what that is. I don't know if I'd want to order glasses like that, because that sounds like that's a conduit. It sounds like it's an attraction to it, even though they got it. I'm sure they work in some sense, but you got to have the power within you to use them wisely. That's what I would say, because it could like have a reverse effect on you. It could. You just got back from your first chiropractor. You go back Thursday. Well, special dye in the lens. Yeah. So you all, we know something's going on. We do. We can feel it. And people are changing. Some for the better, some for the worse. Really think about it. And we're becoming more aware of what's happening. Ooh, that's gross. Yeah. Well, hope you get better soon. Yeah. It's just a matter of time, you all. It's a matter of time. It's not exactly the exact time for whatever's out there to fully come into view and to fully make itself known. That time has not been reached yet, but it's coming. A full manifestation. We may see in part, but we're going to see more clearly. It's just a matter of time. That's why we got to hang in there, you all. We got to hang in there and fight the good fight is what we got to do. Fight the good fight on the inside, no matter how spiraling down that we feel like we're going. You all know we got to rise up. And rise up and take that sword in our hand. We got to be ready. Yes, we do. That's right. LOVE. It's the most important thing to have on the inside of you. It is. It's the most powerful force on the face of the earth. And a lot of people have a lot more byproducts of love on the inside of them than they even realize, really. They do. It's very, very powerful. I've been watching these clouds up here. They're nice and white and puffy. That's right. Stand in the gap. That's all you can do, you all. Stand in the gap. I am going to go. So I just wanted to come on here really fast. Gina, honey, that's a little bit too fast. I'll be on later. Don't forget, 8:30 tonight. I'm going to come on. I'm going to read something every night at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on this channel. I'm going to read something, and it's going into the podcast Story Time with Gina. Last night, it was like on the pyramids. I read something from a Yahoo thing, and then I went back to the Alien Agenda book, and it talked more about the pyramids and saying they were here way before the Egyptians. And then it talked about who more or less could have made the pyramids. It also went back. Where did it go back to? The Garden of Eden. Something about that is where it went back to also. So I am going to go. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your afternoon. And thank you, Apple Brooks Honey. Thank you to all the other moderators on here who may not be on here, but who may be on here later. Thank you all for your comments. And yeah, we're in the garden. We could really be in the garden, you all. Love you.